Good morning, friends. I'm Mary, and welcome to Rocky Mountain Gardens. Today in my garden, I actually have, like at least 6 inches of snow. But I thought I would step out into this little fantasy garden and share it with you. Look at those very, very large clovers, because in this fantasy garden, I am very tiny. Tiny, tiny Mary. In any case, let's look around a bit and enjoy the sights in this garden. Oh, look, there's an apple, leftovers of an apple. And a beautiful butterfly having a little snack. If you look right there, oh, it's a snail. In any case, I promised some of you that I would make a video about sharpening garden tools, and so that's what we will be doing today. And it's going to be a very easy video. All of us can do this sharpening, you'll see. Let's get to my kitchen and start this job. I have 3 tools that I'm going to be sharpening today. I have my Felco 2 hand pruners. I have my hedge trimmer that is made by Fiskars, and you can see it's very grimy here. And I have this Corona Lopper, and you can see it's very stiff. I have never cleaned it or sharpened it, and I think I've owned it about 5 years. Isn't that awful? Now, let's just go through and start with these hedge trimmers. And as you can see, I've got paper bags here because I'm going to be using oil and a cleaner that I want to keep off my counter. So I'm going to begin, well, let's see. I do have an old t-shirt here that has been washed and is kind of softened up. And then I'm going to be using this ARS cleaner that can help you dissolve sap, plant sap, and gunk, you know, from plants that get onto your garden tools. And what you do with this is simply spray it on, and as you can see, it has Japanese writing on it. It is made in Japan, and I purchased this on Amazon. And by the way, I definitely will link all of these products below in my description box for you. So I'm going to spray on to the blade, the cutting blade here. So now I'm going to take my old t-shirt and start cleaning. And this product is a little strong, but it certainly does the job when it comes to cleaning plant debris off your tools. Now, if you have a little bit of rust on your blade, you can go ahead and respray it with the ARS. Take some fine steel wool and scrub it up to get that rust off. And you will really get your blade. Very, very clean. It'll look just like when you first bought it and brought it home from the store. And then I'll wipe it down again to remove any rust. I do have some scratches on these blades also. Okay, so now we're ready to sharpen the blade. And the way these hedge trimmers are made, there is this sort of ridged portion, this side here, but what I'm going to be sharpening is this dark side of the blade. And I'm going to be doing it on this side because this bevels over. And so I am going to go ahead and this is take my ARS, this is an ARS whetstone, and I have had it soaking in water for about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. As I said, I'm going to be using this whetstone, but if you don't have a whetstone, you can use a file if you already own one of these. This is a file that I use often for sharpening my shovels to make it easier for them to break through sod and so on. But I'm not going to use that today. I'm using this whetstone, like I said. I will go ahead and do some sharpening. And with a whetstone, you can go back and forth the way I am. You can go one direction, which is what you will need to do if you're using a file. But with a whetstone, you can simply go back and forth like this to sharpen that blade quite a bit. Then we also, because my hedge trimmers are very stiff, I'm going to apply some oil, this Super Lube oil, within all the moving parts of my hedge trimmer. And I'm going to be really working it in on both sides to give me better movement in my trimmer. And oil and steel are friends. And here you can see I'm using this motion to work the oil into the mechanism of this trimmer. And the more I move it, the better that oil gets in and enables me to use these much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and add some oil to the blades and work it in with my rag, and this will protect my blades from rust in the future. Let's go on to my Felco 2 pruners. These are made in Switzerland, a very fine steel, and they cost a lot of money, for me anyway. They were over $50, but this was an investment into my gardening tool collection. And so I am planning to take good care of them, or I should say better care. I've had them for about 2 years and I have not cleaned them. Isn't that awful? So we're gonna go ahead and clean them with this ARS cleaner again. So we're gonna go ahead and spray the blade in the anvil and let it set for a minute. We want to give the solution just a few seconds, maybe 15 seconds or something. You don't want it to leave it on too long so that it has evaporated, and then it won't do the job that you want. You want there still to be the moisture, the liquid of the cleaner on the blades. So as you can see, I am cleaning them of the plant residue that is on them. I'll do that first. Look at how much gunk has come off already. And so I'm going to go to the other side of both the blade here and the anvil. And I really am excited to get these looking like they're brand new whetstone. So what I'm doing is running the stone across this blade, and I want it to be very shiny when I'm done. When it's down to the original steel cutting blade, and it is doing it on the correct angle. I'm trying to be very careful about that. And I'll be able to tell I've done a good job because the remaining dirt and grime that is on that cutting blade will be removed by the whetstone. So here's my blade. I'm trying to give you a look at the angle on which it is has been sharpened, and that it is showing its silver steel color again. And look at this. It will actually cut this paper just like a pair of scissors. Isn't that nice? So I'm really happy about that. Oh my goodness, is that an improvement? Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece here and pull it off and clean this up and oil it, as well as all the moving parts. And there you are. A brand new pair of pruners for my garden this spring. Now we're quickly going to go ahead and work on my loppers in exactly the same way. And I will speed this up for you. So have a look, guys, at my t-shirt. Isn't that incredible how much gunk came off those 3 tools? But oh my goodness, is it going to be worth it? And I just want to demonstrate for you again, these are kind of oiled up, but before I had to use so much muscle strength just to open and close my loppers, now they move freely and are so sharp. Same thing with my hedge trimmers, so easy to move, and I'll be able to do my garden work very nicely. And then my Felco 2 pruners, as I showed you, perfect. So exciting. So let's get to gardening.